So when you think of the way the press treated Richard Nixon, when you think of the way the press treated George W. Bush, do you subscribe to the statement of your news host, Chris Wallace, that the Obama administration is the biggest bunch, he said, the biggest bunch of crybabies that he's dealt with in his 30 years in Washington? They're whining over nothing.
Well, I don't think they're whining over nothing, and I think they have, look, there's legitimate complaints that they can have, and I've had this dialogue with David Axelrod, who I like very much, and there are legitimate areas. I mean, Chris said that's his words, that's what he believed, and he had reason to believe that.
Right.
But I don't think it's helpful to say that. I mean, Richard Nixon got himself into trouble, and he got a lot of press because he went to war with the press, which is never helpful. George W. Bush probably could have been more articulate about some of the things he was doing, although in retrospect, the main successes in the Obama administration is where he's copying what George W. Bush did. I mean, he's having problems everywhere else.
Right.
And you know, I'm not taking sides here on either one. I would love for Barack Obama to understand that Americans are worried. They're worried about their national security. They're worried about government spending. Yeah, they're worried about health care, but let me give you an example. And I tried to say this. The 300,000 people roughly, not quite that, 270, 280, who have health care they like. There are
300 million.
300 million.
Right.
There are 30 million who don't. So if you're an executive, where do you go to solve that problem? Do you go upset the 300 million who are happy? Or do you go over here and try to fix, maybe get a public-private partnership between insurance and the government to take care of the 30 who need it? We didn't do that because the health care plan was a voter registration plan. As long as you can get 300 million people getting a check from the government, they're going to vote a certain way.
Right.
One-party government doesn't work. It worked in Chicago, but it doesn't work for the country.